You definitely have to negotiate every time that you are getting a new job.
Yeah.
Right? Every time that you're getting a new job, every time that you're up for a promotion, negotiate. You've got nothing to lose. It's one or two. It's a set of conversations that only happens once every 6 years, once every 2 years, once a year even still is not that high, a high ratio of days to conversation.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like you have to negotiate. I remember, and this was a while back, so I might misquote this, but this is just from memory. This was like back when I was in college and when I first left college. And there was some research that I was reading at the time, and this might be completely wrong, but that was saying that your first rate really matters. And that is for a bunch of reasons. One of the reasons is because internally, it ascribes a net worth or a worth to you, right? Like,
you limit based on that.
Yes, exactly. So externally, like that's the obvious reasons, which is like, well, if you're taking this job for $10 an hour, why am I going to pay you to do this other job for 20? Or why am I going to make the jump from 10 to 30? And so sure, there's that external, but I think a lot of it has to do with like you start off at a $10 an hour job and then you start looking at these $30 an hour roles and you're just like, well, I don't really deserve that because I'm a $10 an hour worker. And so a lot of it is you start making decisions and you start self-limiting and then self-eliminating from those types of opportunities.
Yeah.
And so with negotiation, it's just so important to do it because you're only going to have those conversations. For most people, I forget the stat. I think it was like seven different jobs they have over their entire life or something like that. It's like less than 10 jobs that you have in your entire life. And if that's the case, then I mean, you should be having that conversation 10 times. You should be negotiating 10 times. And I'm saying that for the degree-free people that don't have that debt burden on their back. And so they're just like, you're looking at like 47 grand, it's pretty good. I don't have that $500 a month debt payment to service.
So the need's not as aggressive.
Whatever 47,000 is. And this is what I say whenever I'm helping people negotiate is even if you were going to go in there and let's say that you were going to take 40 grand and they start out at 47 and you're just like, okay, all right, let's do it.
No. Ask higher. There's more money.
Even if it is higher, you're still going to ask for more money. And what I normally say is just have a percentage amount that you're going to ask for above that. So let's just say it's 20% and they offer you 45 grand, right? So 20% of 45 is 9, right? And so you just say, well, I want 54,000. Why? Because I feel like it.
Ooh, the math in public though.
Yeah. And so I want 54 grand a year. And they're like, 45, bro. And you're just like, okay.
Great. That's 5 grand more than I was going to ask for before.
Exactly. I was going to take 40 grand anyway. But if they say yes, or if they come up even, hey, and that's one conversation down. And now you just have to have 9 more of those over your entire career if that's your first conversation.
You know what? For once, I don't do this often, but college graduates, listen up. If you believe when you are walking into a negotiation that they are going to hand you money because you bought a degree in marketing or communications, you are delusional. That is not how it works. That is not how it works at all. The company is trying to secure your labor for as little as possible. And when you are walking into negotiation, you are trying to secure a contract working for that company for as much money as possible. Understand your incentives are completely misaligned in this moment. And you need to understand that there is not a set aside, oh, well, they have a marketing degree, check that box, add 10 grand to this offer. No, ask. You have to ask high. Do not walk in there suffering from the delusion that they're going to pay you because you paid a college. Point A is here, point B is here. They are not related at all.